Good morning. This is Keisha Spivey, and it's just me getting real. I have committed to be honest with you guys and to stop in the middle of these daggone get real moments and pick up my camera and come talk to you. Well, I had one of those things today. On September 18th, every year I have an executive board meeting. Me, myself, and I, we sit down at a table and I talk to God about all the things that I've accomplished up until that day. So I set goals on September 18th, and by September 17th of the next year, they should be completed. Well, on my list this year, that should be completed by 12 p.m. tonight, I had 15 goals, 12 of which were marked off completely, 2 of which were halfway marked off. But then I have one, and I guess you would call 2 halves, making it 2 goals that I hadn't completed. Please tell me why I was beating myself up over the things I had not done, instead of celebrating the things that I had done. Instead of looking at some of the major accomplishments, looking at the goals that I hit, my entire focus became on being consumed with the things I did not do. So in that moment, I had to stop and have a real conversation with myself and say, Keisha, what's wrong? What's wrong here? Why is it that your expectations of yourself are so astronomically high that you cannot celebrate your victories? Why is it that you can't rejoice on the things that you've done, the goals that you busted through? How is it that your entire mindset is shifting to what you ain't done? And in that moment, I had to get real with myself and realize and say out loud that I am my greatest critic. I am harder on me than I am on anybody else. I beat myself up, some kind of fierce, when I don't meet the standards that I've set for myself. And then I had to just stop in that moment and repent. I had to repent for trying to be everything all in and of myself apart from God. Even as a woman who loves God, who serves God with her whole heart, every now and then, if I'm not careful, pride will creep in. And the problem with pride is pride hides. And in that moment, I had to realize I was being prideful, I was being egotistical, I was being self-righteous, because I wasn't choosing to celebrate what God has done through me. I was choosing to focus on what I didn't do through me. So I had to repent. I had to stop. And I had to say, okay, Keisha, what are some things that you can be excited about? What are some things that you can rejoice about? What are some things that you can say, if it had not been for the grace of God? What are some things that God had to subtract some stuff away so that he could be magnified and I could give him the praise and I could give him the glory? It wasn't about what Keisha did or what Keisha could do, but it was about me stepping out of the equation and giving God all the glory. So this morning, I'm getting real with you. Be careful about pride. Even in your accomplishments, even in your victories, be careful about the pride and the things that you value, the things that you see, the things that you're checking off of your to-do list. Because if you're not careful, your to-do list will become all about you, boo. And it's not supposed to be. What are the things that God is aiming to accomplish in and through you? What are the things God is saying that you're to do? Not this beautiful, elegant list of things that you're checking off, or the things that make you feel good or beat your chest or make you feel like you are arriving. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, what does obedience look like in this season? If you haven't checked anything off of your to-do list, what is it, the thing that God has told you to do, where nothing else matters but you being obedient? Because we can get so caught up in doing good things that we miss the God things. So that's what I wanted to say to you this morning. I had a real moment where I had to realize pride was trying to creep in. Ego was trying to rise up. And I had to serve it notice. Wait a minute. My life is not my own. I don't work for myself. Yes, I may be the CEO of this corporation, but I operate and I answer to a higher purpose, a higher calling. And so do you. So quit beating yourself up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get still with God and ask him what is it that he desires to do through you, to you, for you, and with you. And then celebrate being obedient in that. And do just like I had to do. On tomorrow in my meeting, I'm going to have to turn that notebook over to a clean sheet of paper and simply say, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. So God bless you. Be real. Live real. Because that's the only way that you can live your life on max. God bless, and I'll see you all next week.